Okay guys, we're doing some work with the car and Winston. So rule number 1 is no rushing in as soon as I open the door. So I want him to actually stay and look for me for permission before jumping in. So thresholds apply both going in and out. So I'm gonna give him one stay, open the door. Good, see how he looks up at me? The very first time I did this, I wasn't filming, but he just rushed right in. So if he does that to you, you're gonna correct, recall back out, reclose the door, and then repeat until you get what you just saw right there, which is him looking up at me for permission. Because remember, we want him to ask permission for everything. And then to actually get him in the car, you're gonna say the word place and tap the tone a couple times. Okay, Winston? Good. Place. Good boy. He jumps in. If he doesn't go where you want him to go, like I want him to be up here, we can start tapping our tone again and pointing. Place. Good boy. See how it moves him? Good job. And we can move him around the car. Good. And then I'm going to close the door. And then make sure that if he pops up when you close the door, you give a little click on the e-collar, and that'll get him back down. Okay? All right, guys, we're taking a little drive. So his owner said sometimes he's okay and sometimes he's whining. So with dogs who are unpredictable in their reactions, what you can do is make your expectations consistent and predictable. So panting is okay. I understand it's hot out, but whining is not, popping up is not, and moving around the car is not. So the expectation is he has to stay in that downstay and not whine. So that's my rule. And then how do I enforce my rule? With the collar. Okay, that gives us a hands-free way to enforce the rule that we've set. More car rides and the panting should go down, especially as it gets cooler, because I can't tell if he's panting because it's hot or if he's nervous. I do have the air conditioning on. Lifting up his head and looking around, that's fine with me as long as he's not whining. Most important thing is that he stays down. So some trigger points are stopping at stop signs, red lights, and definitely pulling into either the destination or pulling into the driveway. For a lot of dogs, it causes them to just pop right up. We correct that because I don't want them to think, oh, we're home, that means I can break my downstay. If they think that, then you're watering down the command and you're making it gray. It's not black and white anymore. There's loopholes, right? It's not non-negotiable. So here we are at a stop sign. Car stopped. Good boy. Staying in that down, staying quiet. We're just driving around. The big test is usually pulling back into the driveway. I'll be really impressed if he doesn't pop up. He's doing really well. Like I said, the rule is stay down and stay quiet. Very nice. Just driving around the neighborhood. And he'll go on car rides. See how he's putting his head down? I love that. That's a coping skill. Or it could be that the air conditioning is kicking in and he doesn't have to pant anymore. Either way, I love that. So like I said, make your rules and expectations consistent and make sure that you're correcting when the dog is breaking the rules, and make sure you're praising them when they're doing well. And it doesn't matter where it is. It could be the front seat, the back seat, the hatchback, main entrance of Home Depot, the crate. The expectation is calm, down, and quiet. Good job. And then of course when we get home, he'll also have to respect the threshold when I stop the car and open the door for him to come out. So if he bolts out, he'll get a correction and put back in. If he waits and looks at me for permission, I'll say, good boy. And then you can either release him out or recall him out. we're about to park back home. Let's see if he pops up. This is a big trigger. Instead of popping up, he goes into a double down. He probably had the urge to, and then this is the coping skill that he's using. You achieve this by being consistent with your corrections, with your praise, and with your rules. Any gray areas, and it allows him to make too many choices, which causes the anxiety, which causes the whining and the panic. Okay, let's see what he does when I turn the car off. Take my seatbelt off, get out of the car. Because remember, we're keeping this really strict, okay? No. So I'm going to click down. I'm going to click again, down. Okay, good. And then I'm going to re-close the door. The trigger for him braking was the door opening. So then we repeat it. He stays in the down and I say, good boy. So he learned a lesson there. He didn't repeat the same mistake that he had started. Come, good boy. Recall him out. Nice work, buddy. Sit. Good boy. Stay. And then this recall to stay allows me to close the door, get my leash situated, and not have him running all around being anxious. Good boy. Freak. Good job.